What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going over a few pro tips and honestly a few of my tips and honestly how you can raise your stats for the better in Modern Warfare. Now, before we get to that, I want you guys to honestly subscribe if you haven't already, to drop that thumbs up in today's video, and then comment down below if you guys have any more tips that I haven't actually covered in today's video on how you can actually raise your stats in Modern Warfare. Now, another thing as well, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, like I said, make sure you guys subscribe, and if you guys have actually been here since day one or whenever you have actually joined on the channel, thank you guys for the journey that you guys have been here for. But as much once again, let's get right into this. So to start everything off, guys, I do want to say that whenever it goes to raising your stats, make sure that you're also playing in an environment that is honestly good for you. So with that being said, this is exactly what I mean. So if you're the kind of person that you're antisocial, or I don't know how to explain it, like you don't really like being around big crowds and you're playing with a 6-man party, of course you're not going to be at the top of your game. You're not going to be able to focus as much, and of course you're going to be a lot more nervous. So if you are a more private person, make sure you guys lower the amount of people that are in your party. If you don't like playing with a lot of people, play with 1 or 2 people. Play with 1 person. Play with a maximum of 2 people. And if you like that, stick to that. Stick to that right there, and tell your friends that that is why you're doing it, is because you do not like big crowds, stuff like that, and honestly it can help you focus better and have clearer callouts. Now I have actually witnessed this myself a lot whenever I play with big squads. Whenever you're running with a 6-man squad, the callouts are all over the place. You don't know who to listen to, you don't know who's talking to who, because most of the time the only call out is he's over there, or hey, watch your back. So everybody's turning around, they're like, what, who are you talking to? So with that being said, if you're running with 2 or 3 more people, or 2 or 3 people max, then it gives you the ability to have clearer callouts. It gives you the ability to actually focus better, and it gives you the ability to actually play at the top of your game without having to worry about people judging you, without having to worry about a 6-man squad stealing your kills, and etc, etc, etc. That is my very first tip to you guys, and honestly that is a huge one that people do not take advantage of. I would say the majority, the reason why people do not like taking advantage of that is because people like to run with all of their friends. They like to run with the biggest squad possible because it eliminates having randoms on your teams and everything like that. But I have actually noticed that if you have randoms on your team, it allows you to get more kills, even though it does cost you wins sometimes. If you're going for wins, by all means run the 6-man squad all the time. But if you're going strictly just for your stats, as in your KD, then I would say running a 3-man squad is the best balance, because it also helps you get wins, it helps you raise your stats and actually get a bunch of kills and score per minute. It helps you in every aspect. Now you may not win every game as a 6-man squad would, but if you're running a 3-man squad, then your odds are actually pretty even and winning almost every game, and you're going to be having the highest score per minute that you can have, and you're going to be having a lot better, honestly, games when it comes to kills. Now, another thing as well, when it also comes to improving your game, stick to your playstyle. So if basically you're a camper, I hate to say it, this is just how I am, if you're a slower playstyle player, but play to that playstyle. Play to that playstyle. Play to your playstyle. Do not try to take yourself out of your element by becoming a rusher whenever you're not a rusher. Now, it's easy for me to say because I am a rusher. I like to actually play, honestly, a mix between both playstyles. You will see me head glitching sometimes. You will see me rushing a majority of the time. But I'm not just going to act like I don't just sit there and wait and spawn trap and stuff like that, because I do. So I'd say that my playstyle consists of actually rushing and, honestly, whenever I need to, head glitching or sitting and collecting myself whenever I need to. So with that being said, if you are a camper, the only thing that I have to say to you guys when it comes to actually improving your stats is, if you are a camper and whenever you do get killed, say by a bunch of grenades or people spamming you, or if honestly if everybody's charging in at you at once, the only thing I have to say is, when it comes to actually raising your stats for y'all, would be able to be adapting whenever you get killed. Now, what I mean by that is, adapting when you get killed would be trying to run back to your spot without taking a bunch of deaths. So if you have a good camping spot, if you got killed from that camping spot, and you find yourself spawning all over the place, spawning in the middle of the map, spawning in like the back of the spawn, everything like that, but you're scared that you're going to end up dying a bunch of times in order to get back to your spot, then you need to adapt, and you need to actually learn how to rush, even if it's just for that brief amount of time. Learn how to rush, learn how to play like a more aggressive player, and learn how to actually like just adapt to your surroundings and try to get kills while getting back to your spot. That is a huge problem that I have actually heard from a lot of people who play with a slower playstyle, is they die so many times trying to get back to their spot, and it's because they are not used to that playstyle of having to move around as much. Now, I'm not, with this video, like I said, guys, I am not dogging on anyone. So if you do have a slower playstyle, listen to that and actually try to adapt and try to get better at maneuvering and trying to get back to your spot to where you don't take as many deaths. Now, the one way I could do that, say, to actually practice that a lot better would be in custom games with, honestly, one of your friends who actually knows, hey, you're camping here, and pretty much put yourself in that element where the friend's killing you and try to actually get back to that spot without having someone kill you. Now, another way as well, guys, is also, once again, in custom games where it's not sacrificing any of your stats against veteran bots. Now, what you do is basically just sit in that spot, get as many kills as you can while in that camping spot, and then, of course, against veteran bots, I'm not going to lie, you do have those moments where those bots turn on aimbot, it feels like they're blasting you through walls. So it will put up quite a challenge. So, taking this over to public matches, you will notice that if you're actually doing this in custom games, it's actually getting you more adapt to this if it happens in a public game. And honestly, you'll know what to do, and you won't be as, honestly, nervous or scared whenever it comes to getting killed and getting back to your spot. Now, moving along, if you're more of an aggressive player, the one thing I have to say to you guys is picking your battles. Now, what I've noticed with myself whenever I'm, honestly, I really am a very aggressive player. I like to push everything. I like to spawn trap. I think the majority of the reason why is because I like to go for crazy 6-man or 5-man feeds, whatever in this year's title, blah. Anyways, I like to go for the craziest feeds that I can in this game. So, with that being said, is whenever it comes to picking your battles, make sure that, honestly, I've said this in many videos before, make sure you give yourself an estimate of saying, oh, I have a 70% chance of living and a 30% chance of dying. And honestly, evaluate each situation before you put yourself in it, because honestly, it'll eliminate the most deaths you can. So, with that being said, if you are basically in a corner, if you're trying to basically reload your gun before pushing the next, honestly, I guess, respawn of the people, make sure that your gun is fully reloaded. Make sure that you're actually able to kill these people before they kill you. Make sure you're not pushing in the most obvious angle ever to where they're just pre-firing you. And make sure you are actually aiming at the right person at the right time. This is one of the worst things that I do, and I aim at the worst person at the worst time. So with that, what I mean by that is you're not going to want to aim for Timmy No Thumbs that's in the corner staring up at the sky. No, you're going to be wanting to aim at the dude that's staring at you first, and then aim at Timmy No Thumbs that's staring at the sky. And the reason being is because Timmy No Thumbs is not going to be putting any damage into you. The guy that's staring at you is. So this is where I fell a lot, and this is where a lot of my deaths come, and it's because I be aiming at the wrong person and killing the wrong person at the wrong time. And I've actually been trying to improve at that, and honestly have in a little bit, and I've also improved my KD a lot since the start of this game. Now, another thing as well, guys, moving on along, the number, well, honestly, I don't even know what number I'm on now, but honestly, who cares? Honestly, the next tip I want to get to you guys is changing your kill streaks. Now, the most useless kill streaks in this game as of right now, in my opinion, would be the sentry gun or the mounted turret. Now, take those kill streaks off of your bar. I don't know, whatever you want to, call that. Honestly, another thing as well, guys, and I do not want to catch hate for this, is honestly just the truth, and I honestly just want to put this out there. Stop running care package. I know if a lot of you guys are actually struggling to get kills or struggling to get kill streaks, I understand why you would say, oh no, I like running my care package, but take it off, man. Take off your care package, because all it does is take time away from you getting more kills, because you're having to get back in the back of the spawn. You're going to find somewhere safe to put your care package. It's taking more element out of the game, and by the time you actually get your care package, it takes about a minute and a half out of the game before you get it. So with that being said, make sure you guys are running kill streaks, and these are the ones that I run, and ever since I changed my kill streaks to this actual setup, I've actually noticed a huge improvement on my gameplay. Now, the kill streaks I like to run is the VTOL, which it takes 8 kills to get if you're not running hardline. And then I like to run the white phosphorus, which also takes 10 kills to get, which honestly is not that much. And then I like to run the advanced UAV, which is 12 kills. Now, this setup right here, this honest kill streak setup, I don't know, I feel like it's honestly helped me get the majority of my nukes, because with the white phosphorus it blinds people, and honestly, if you've gotten used to it, if you've gotten so many of these things, you know how they play, you know how they work, so you know what to expect. And you know what people are freaking out. They're blinded, they're coughing, you know, like their players are worried about running into like the, you know, like the parts that kills them. I don't know, like honestly, and with the advanced UAV, it helps you spawn trap better, and honestly, it gives you like a straight 40 seconds or 30 seconds. I think they buffed it, but I can't remember exactly how much they buffed it for. I know the original was 30 seconds is how long it lasted, but I think it's now 40 seconds if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, it helps you actually know exactly where the enemies are at every brief moment. Like, it tells you like when they're turning, it tells you everything. So advanced UAV is really helpful whenever you're trying to improve your stats and honestly trying to streak up even more and potentially even getting nukes. Now, like I said, guys, these are just a few tips that I want to give to you guys, and honestly, they are very helpful tips, believe it or not. You will see your guys' gameplay improving a lot, especially if you just follow some of my tips and actually practice in custom games like I said, especially if you're trying to adapt to certain playstyles or certain actual things that are wrong with your playstyle in a custom game, and then transferring that over to a public match. Now, if I have missed any tips, guys, make sure you guys put that down in the comments down below. And if any of my tips have helped you today, and if you are actually going to be following any of my tips, make sure you guys let me down in the comments. And honestly, like I said, guys, I appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me for as long as you guys have been giving it for. I do appreciate it a lot. So make sure, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe once again and comment and drop that thumbs up on today's video, because it does help a lot. Peace.